Hello, this is Joyce at Amazing Grace Wolf's Homestead. I'm glad you're with us today. I'm experimenting and I invite you to come along. Okay? I was able to watch one of the other homesteaders on YouTube, and it was Whippoorwill Holler, and she had bought some canned goods, 6 pound and 6 ounce cans of tomatoes. And this year in the pantry, I run out of everything: tomato sauce, tomato juice, tomatoes, you name it, I run out of it. So I'm trying to get ahead, and the weather has been kind of rough this season, so we don't know exactly how the crops are going to be. But I had an opportunity to go to a wholesale house, and I picked up 2 cans of fancy tomato sauce and 2 cans of fancy diced tomatoes, and they are 6 pounds 7 ounces, and I'm working with 2 cans. I'm working with 1 can of the tomato sauce and 1 can of the diced tomatoes. And what I'm going to try to do is I am going to work this up and can this up, making tomato juice or tomato sauce, whichever one comes out the best, which that's what we'll call it, and to see what the finished product is and the price of it is, to see if it will help me to do this at various times through the year to help the quality and the pantry restock, and see if I can get this done with a reasonable cost. I know that it will be, because it's already canned, I know that it'll be less work involved, but I want it to be still good quality for what I'm putting into my pantry. So I have already, and I'll bring it to you, I have already put a 6 pound 7 ounce can of fancy diced tomatoes in this. And these canned tomatoes really look nice. And I looked at the ingredients, and I will tell you what's on the back of the can. And I'll tell you what the ingredients is. The ingredients is tomatoes, tomato juice, and then less than 2% of salt, calcium chloride, and citric acid. And so that sounds pretty clean to me as far as keeping my food clean from chemicals that I don't want, and even not much salt in this at all. So now that that's said and done, I got my emulsifier out, and I'm going to emulsify the diced tomatoes, and then I'm going to add the tomato sauce and see what comes up. I've got my jars. I fixed a dozen of quarts in the oven. I've already washed them. They're being preheated in the oven so that they'll be cleansed and purified. And then I'm going to use the steam canner. I love the steam canner. It doesn't take near the water to use, and I really thank the Lord for whoever invented that. So it makes it life a lot easier when you're packing this stuff. So I'm using the steam canner to put it up. We'll put it in quarts. We will pressure this quarts for, I'm going to do it for 30 minutes because this is an experiment with using these canned goods. So, and these are, the dates on these is good. There's nothing out of date on this, so that everything should be good there too. So let's get started and see what we can do with this. that has emulsified very, very good. It is very, very pretty. Now I'm fixing to add the tomato sauce. And if I come out with just tomato sauce, that's okay. And if I come out with a really good thick tomato juice, that's okay too. Let's give it a good coat. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add just a little bit of water. Let me get my ladle. I believe that has got it. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to add just a little bit of salt. About a teaspoon. I don't want to overdo it, but I want enough in it. I think we've just about got it to the consistency that we want. I'm going to add just a tad more water. I think that's got it. Now, I'm fixing to turn this on. And we're going to get this heated up. I want it hot through and through, so it's going to take just a few minutes to heat it up. Set my emulsifier over here out of the way. And while I'm thinking of it, I'm going to put a splash of vinegar in my water in my steam pan. Now, just to be on the safe side, since I am using this canned stuff to do this experiment on, I'm going to add just about 2 tablespoons of real lemon juice. This is just to make sure that I have a good acidity in these tomatoes to can these. I'm going to give that a good stir. Now, the only thing that I can do now is wait until the tomatoes, it gets hot, very hot all the way through. So when it gets hot all the way through, I'll bring you back and we'll get it into the hot jars and see how it does. And we're getting ready to put this in the jars and get this canned. Let me get you situated back. All right. It has made a very nice pot. I'm going to take a jar out of the oven. My jars is hot. The tomato juice is hot. And let's get started. Isn't that pretty? I already had my jars, already had my lids and my rings. I give $5.49 for the tomato sauce, and I give $5.99 for the diced fancy tomatoes. And I tell you folks, this is making some really pretty juice. Let me get my vinegar. And wipe my rim off. And we're going to go ahead and turn this on. So this will be heating up. And we're going to get our lids out. We'll put that on finger tight. Isn't that pretty? Ooh. It's just hot. It's got a wonderful taste. I have my husband, he's the one that likes to drink tomato juice. And I like to use tomato juice to make chilies and soups. In some soups I like chunks of tomato. But I also like just good, thick tomato juice. And I'm only going up to an inch, or to the bottom ring. I've got it set up a little bit different so it throws me off. If you have any ideas or what you're thinking, like, just let me know. When we get through with getting a batch of this on to pressure it, and like I said, I'm going to do it 30 minutes in the pressure, steam pressure. And we'll figure up how much each jar of our tomato juice cost. Things is so high at the stores. You're going to have to learn how to do and to keep everything healthy for your family. And you're going to have to learn how to do as cheap as you can without losing flavor and quality to your food. And remember, I'm cleaning each jar with vinegar. I don't want anything to keep these from sealing. It's finger tight. And I tell you folks, this is pretty tomato juice. I wasn't for sure how many jars I would get, but I do believe I'll get 2 cannons. The steam pressure holds, depending on your jars, 6 to 7 jars of quarts. The first canner will be standard lids, and then I also have 6 of the wide mouths ready. I don't have my assembly line like I usually do. It's kind of offset, so it offsets me, so it takes me a second. Thank you for bearing with me. It's like driving 2 vehicles, one straight and one automatic. You're always grabbing the wrong thing until you get used to it again. It looks like I'm going to be able to get 7 quarts in this first cannon, and I believe I will have a second cannon. I was counting 12. I was counting 12 quarts. I didn't know if I'd get more than 12 quarts or not. got into the wide mouse now. Alrighty, got a full canner here. I'll bring you up here closer so that you can see it. And just look and see how wonderful that tomato juice looks. Now we're going to get this top on this canner and get this canner going. Okay, and I'm going to put this back. Looks like I'm going to have maybe 2 more quarts out of this. Cover that up. Get me a clean paper towel to do my next ones. So while we're waiting for the steam canner to do its thing, I've got about probably 2 quarts here, and I may just put that up in the refrigerator and wait till I do the other 2 and then be able to finish it up and get it all done. But this gives me a good idea of what to expect and how to prepare for it. And let's figure up. Let's come over here and let's figure it up. I'm gonna say that we're gonna get project that we're going to get, got 7, I've got 2 more there. So that's 9. And say that I get 9 out of both of them. Just a minute, I've got to check my stove. Okay. I'm just keeping a good eye on it because there seemed to be a flow of air coming through. So we was at, I'm gonna say roughly I've got 9 quarts out of this batch, but using the 2 cans that I did. And so I would get 9, that'd be 8 to 18 quarts. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna figure that up. Best way for me to figure it up is on a calculator, but since I'm using my phone, I'm going to have to use my head and paper and pencil. So let's see what we can do, how we can come out with this. So that's going to be $5.99 times 2. That's $11.98. And then it's going to be $5.49 times 2. That's $10.98. So that's going to be 16, 19. It's going to be $22.96 for those 4 cans of tomatoes, diced tomatoes and tomato sauce that I got. And that's also going to be $22.96 divided by 18. Okay. Okay, and then let's see. Okay, so we're going to go to 2. That's going to be roughly $1.22 a quart. And the last time I looked, the good tomato juice, I'm not going to say any kind of brand names, although there is a certain brand name that I really do like. And it runs about $3 a can. So that's $1.22 a quart. And I think, which is 32 ounces. And then the can is 46 ounces. So you're doing really good saving on this. Plus, I didn't have to go to the field and pick them. There was already a good source of tomato because I looked to see what kind of tomato they were. They was already partially done on the cooking part, so I didn't have to, it didn't take extra time for that. So all in all, it's a very good deal. And especially when you're in a pinch and you're out of all of it, you can use some of this and put it up while you're waiting for your other stuff to come in and get your pantry stocked back up and what you need to fix the meals. I think that's pretty good. Now, when we get this canned and everything, when I get all of it completely done, I will give you a picture of it, let you see it, and let you know that it's completely done. And I want to thank you for coming along with me on this journey. I have another thing that I saw something on Facebook that I want to experiment probably one day this week about aroma stones, and I thought that was really, really neat. And I'm going to try that and see if that works with what they have put on the Facebook. I saved it, and it is supposed to be stones that you fragrance with essence oils, and you can use these stones once they have dried, and you can put them in like sachet for your dresser drawers and your closets and stuff, which is a very good idea because it would be much, much cheaper according to the way that they're doing them. So I'm looking forward to that. And but right now I'm looking forward to the Word of God. And today I'm going to read, I'm going to Psalms. And I'm going to go to Psalm 100. We may have done this one before, but it's always good to do it again. Psalm 100. It is the 10th psalm of praise. And for this, it is a psalm of praise. And it has 3 admonitions to be joyful for 4 reasons. Make a joyful noise unto the Lord, all ye lands. Serve the Lord with gladness. Come before his presence with singing. Know ye that the Lord, he is God. It is he that hath made us, and not we ourselves. We are his people, and the sheep of his pasture. Enter into his gates with thanksgiving, and into his courts with praise. Be thankful unto him, and bless his name. For the Lord is good, his mercy is everlasting, and his truth endureth to all generations. Isn't that good to know that the truth, and that's what we need, is the truth. Not man's ideas, not made up establishments of mankind, but we need the truth, the Word of God. He will never fail us, and he'll never leave us. And I'm thankful today. We had a good ride. My husband had appointments today, and I give honor and praise unto my God because he's such an awesome God, and we had a good report. And I'm thankful for that today. I'm thankful for you for coming along. If you like this video, if you're interested in it, I sure would like for you to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. If you need to send me a message, send me a message. Come back, travel with me as I go through the summer months of putting up different foods. And I'm getting ready to, I'm anticipating getting 14-day sweet pickles made. So I'm anticipating on that because I've done had, my husband's done told me he needed 4 batches. So I'm looking forward to this. So just come back with us and be with us, and I will let you know. I will show you the finished product of all this that we've done. I hope this has helped you in some way to help you to, if you're in a pinch for something in the tomato aisle that you need to have on stock for your pantry until the tomatoes get to where we can get a hold of them and pick them out of our gardens and stuff. This will help some way to help you get ahead of it, and so that you'll have what you need in your pantry and have it stocked. You have a blessed day, and we'll see you again. Bye-bye.